Yeah. Hi, guys. Hello. Hello, Sana. How are you? How are you? Welcome to my channel. Um, I'm here. Hello, Sana. How are you? I just how life, how it's so difficult. Um, the story of my life, how I survive in my life, how I struggle in my life. My life was not easy, guys. It wasn't easy when I grew up. It was not easy. I grew up in a family whereby I was living with my grandfather and my grandmother in a farm. I was the only child. I went to a primary school while I was living with my grandfather, and I I was living with my grandmother and my grandfather. Yeah, it was fine by then, but it was so sad because I wanted also my own parents, and my parents were not there. Not to say they were dead, they were alive. They were alive. But no one was there for me, only my grandfather. My mother was married to another man. My father was married to another woman. So it was like they didn't know that I am there. It's like they were not knowing that I'm leaving because no one was coming even to visit me or just to come and love me as a parent. No one was there. But I get a love from my grandfather and my grandmother. I managed to go to school. As for my mom, she used to come just to come and visit her parents, not to visit me, because she was not interested in me. She was like, when she see me, she sees someone else, not her own child. So it was not easy for me. She used to come. I even grew up calling her my sister because I didn't know that she's my mom through the way she was um, taking care of me. She never buy me clothes. She never, hi, I said to, how are you? She never buy me clothes. She never loved me as her own child. It was so painful. But I managed to grow up until I knew, like I was in grade, I was 11 years or 12 years. That's when I realized this is my mom. But she didn't love me. She didn't love me. I used to go to school. When she come from where she was staying, like she used to come with a bus and she get there where I was going to school. She wait for me because she was having 3 kids. She was having triplets, yeah. So she'll wait for me to carry babies. My school was far from where I was staying. I'll come out of school. The moment I get by the gate, I see her sitting, waiting for me. There and there, my heart will sink. I will know that from now, my life is going to hell until she goes back. That was my mom. I'll carry those babies until we get home. It was a distance from where I was staying to where at my school. It was like an hour walk from where I was and to my school. So I'll carry the kids in the bags. We get home. When we get home, from there, my life will be hell. It's like when I get home, we'll find maybe my grandmother pick food for me to say, when I come from school, I'll eat this food. But by the time I get there with my mom, my own mom, she'll like take that food and give it to the kids, to those small ones, to say, yeah, these are the small ones. You are fine. I used to sit on a corner when my mother visit us. I used to sit on the corner. I used to not to be happy anymore. That is when my mom comes. I grew up until I was 15 years. That's when I start realizing that your life is not fair, because my grandfather gets sick. I stopped going to school. I didn't have friends. I never have friends. I can say in my life, I never have friends. I never have friends. I just be myself. Right now, I can say I am having friends because of my kids. I'm having friends, which is in the social media. Like when I come on social media, I get people who love me the way I am. I address my life to people. Some they will love me because of the way I am. They don't care. But around me, to be surrounded with friends, I never. Hi, Vale Blakes, how are you? Thank you, Vale. Thank you. So I I have this life. I know how difficult life is, guys. I'm here on YouTube to address how other people out there that I'm now 44 years. It was not easy way for me to get on 44. Since I was young, it wasn't easy. I ended up getting married while I was still young. I get married while I was still young because I was trying to run away from the poverty, of which I didn't run away from the poverty. I went straight to another poverty again. After my grandfather passed away, I thought maybe if I get married, if I find someone, like, almost when you meet a man, he will tell you that I'll be there for you. I met this guy who was older than me, way far older than me. I fall in love with him. I can't say I fall in love, but he fall in love with me. And I was learning what is love because I didn't know what is love. I stayed with the guy. He took me in his family. I stayed with him for a long time. But he was abusing me. He used to beat me. He used to beat me, like, after finishing beat me, I couldn't sit down. I will take 3 or 4 days without going outside. I live with him for some time until I ran away. I ran away from, it was a mining place where he was staying. So I ran away from that place to town. When I get in town, I look for a job. I start working there. That was working in the houses. It was colored people. I was working with colored people. Um, I shared my life with them. They took me in as their own child. I stayed with them for a long time. I think about 5 or 6 years. I was staying with them. Until I met a guy. By then I think I was 19 years. That's when I met a guy. That guy, he took me in as his wife. I get married. That I can say I fall in love because I was matured, and that's when now I knew that I want this. Then I fall in love with the guy. I loved with the guy. We stayed together for a long time. I got 2 kids from him. Then come a time where there was poverty in my country. We used to go and buy stuff in a better countries like Zambia, South Africa, Botswana. So we used to travel from our country going to those other countries to go and buy uh, those things which were not found in my own country, which is oil, rice, basic foods. So we used to go to those countries to buy food. When we get there, uh, we were spending like a day there. Then we buy whatever we're buying, then we come back. So that's where again another problem came in. Hello, Knowledge Tube. How are you? That's when another problem came in. While I was traveling, going to buy those stuff, my husband fell in love with a girl who was looking after my kids. I didn't know. Me, I thought she's there looking after the kids, and he's my husband, and I trusted him because by then I didn't know what is cheating. I didn't know that men can cheat on you. I didn't know that someone whom you call is your love will cheat on you. So I left him. Again, I came to South Africa to buy. When I go back, I find the girl was pregnant. I couldn't take it. I almost also killed myself. I also almost committed suicide. Then I took my kids. I ran away to my father's place. I went to stay with my father. I left him with a girlfriend, with that girl who was working for me. That was it. Then I traveled to South Africa to go and look for a job. When I get in South Africa, I got the job. I start working in South Africa. Yeah, you are. Oh, okay. Where are you, Knowledge? Where are you? I'm glad you joined my live. So in South Africa, I got a job. I started working. Then I went back to fetch my kids. I took my kids in. I tell myself that I don't want any marriage. I don't want to get married again. All what I want is to work for my kids and raise my kids. When I get here in South Africa, when I got a job, it was a night shift job, guys. I was working at night only on the at this other company. So I used to leave my kids. My firstborn was 7 years. My second born was I think she was 4 years there, because they've got a gap of 3 years. I left my child. I used to leave my kids alone in the house. I go to work. So it was not easy, because I used to leave my place 3:30 in the afternoon, going to work. I'll come tomorrow morning 3:30 again, of which I'll get it at home 4:30 or 5:30. So it was not easy when you leave only 2 kids, which is 7 and 3 years, over the night alone. I couldn't afford to pay someone to look after my kids. So I used to make sure when I'm going to work, I'll cook food and leave it on the stove. I'll make whatever they want to, then I leave for work. That is 3:30 in the afternoon. Then I go to work. Please, can you like my video, guys? Knowledge, Fale, Setu, and this other guy. Please, can you like my video? Just use press on top twice. Please, can you like my video? Please, please. Knowledge, are you still here? Vale, are you still here? Setu, please, can you like my video? Please, 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 I beg you, can you like? Who's here? Knowledge, can you just press twice on top? Can you like my video? I beg you, please. Who's here? I see I've got one person. Can you please like my video? Can you like my video? Okay, so I used to go to work, guys, leaving my own kids alone in the house, the whole night alone. Go and work. The only prayer I used to give to God was like, God, I know I'm not going for enjoyment. I'm not going to hurt anyone. I'm going to work. All I'm asking God, I used to ask God, was protection. Protect my only 2 beloved ones. So when I leave to work, I'll know that God will protect my kids, because they were very young. I'll go to work, I'll come back and find them sleeping in the night. Sometimes you find, because I used to lock the burglar bar and give the keys to the neighbor, so the door will be open, but the burglar bar, that is a screen door outside, will be locked. So I'll lock the door, I'll lock the screen door, leave the door open for them to just watch outside until it's night. Sometimes I used to come in the morning, you find the door is not properly closed. I'll cry sitting outside. I will cry. But what I know was God will protect them. When I get home, I will ask them to open the door for me. They will open the door. I'll go in and sleep. Sometimes I won't sleep. I will just start preparing for their school run. After they go to school, that is 7:30 or 7:30, that's when I'll sleep. So I raised my kids that way until they grow up. Now, I still, on that time, I was having different sufferings and everything. Can you please just like my video, please? Can you please like my video? Just tap on top there on the screen. Just tap twice. Tap twice. Is it knowledge or say two? Please, can you like my video? Please, I'm asking for you guys who just come in. Please, can you like my video? Please just tap twice. Tap twice. Like my video. Please, please, can you like my videos? So I pray to God. I thank God because my kids right now, they are big. If I can tell you guys that this other day I went to work. When I was at work, it started raining. The lights went off. My kids, they took a candle. They light a candle. They take a candle and put it on top of a cup. That cup was a plastic cup. They put it on top of a plastic cup and put it next to the bed. They sleep. The candle was burning until the candle was finished. After the candle was finished, it went to the cup. It burns the cup until the cup also was finished. It passes the cup, it went to the chair because it was on top of the chair. Because of that prayer, I used to pray to God for protection. God is always there for us. God will protect us as much as we ask God. Please, can you just tap twice? Can you just tap twice on the screen? Just on the screen, please. Can you just on the screen, please? God is always there for us, guys. The way I grew up, I know God was there for me. God protected me. God protected my kids, of which I was supposed to lose my kids that day, but God protected them. When I came from work, I knocked the door. They opened. No one opened. I knocked the door, no one opened. I went to the neighbor. I asked for the spare keys. I was leaving from the neighbor to the neighbor. She gave me. I opened the door. It was full of smoke. My kids were flat sleeping, dozed by that smoke. What I did, I just go in, I pick my kids outside. I put one, I come, I take another one. I put the child outside. I start praying to God. I was praying to thank God for I find my kids still alive. Please, can you just tap twice on the screen? Can you please tap twice? Hello? Can you please tap twice? So I took my kids outside. I started praying. I started crying to God, thanking Him. I said, thank you, Lord. You protected my kids, even though they were weak because of the smoke. They were weak. That was the other day. I say God protected my kids. I was supposed to find them dead. They were supposed to burn in the house because I was not there. I was at work. I was working for them. I was praying to God that, God, I'm going to work. Look after my kids. But God, please protect my kids. So in life, let us always put God in front, guys. As we go with our life, we got hiccups, we got so many things we pass on. Some of them we can't even believe. We can't even believe. But God made us pass through. He made us pass through. Some of us, the people, they can't pass the day of today. But we must thank God that we are alive today. We must thank God that we are still pushing until today. Remember, there was COVID-19. Most of the people, they couldn't pass COVID-19. We lost our relatives through COVID-19. There is accidents. There is sick. Other people are sick. There is accident. Other people, they leave the place saying, I'm going to work, and not coming back. Some, they are leaving, I'm going to visit. They are not getting there, and they won't come back. So I give everything to you guys, that let's love one another. Let's not forget to pray to God. Let's not forget. Please, can you just tap twice? Can you like my video, please? Can you like my video, please? Can you just tap the screen twice, please? Can you like my video? I'm new here. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to reach out to people. Hello, Tana Super. I always love that. Thank you. Can you tap twice? Love my video, please. Can you tap twice? Love my video. Like my video, please. Please, darling. Tana Super. So I always pray to God that He gave us strength. He is with us until today. I would like to have this opportunity on YouTube, whereby I can teach other people how is life. I know there is these people who are whom they don't have anyone to come to, like how I grow up. They have no one to talk to. If you tell your own brother, your own sister, your own friend about how you're going through, they will see you as you are weak. They won't take you serious. But God is the end. I thank you, Tana. Can you just like my video? Thank you, Tana Super. Thank you. If we are leaving today, I would like to take my good opportunity on YouTube, guys, to be there for those people whom they don't have a shoulder to cry on. I want to be there for those people whom they feel like, I'm not going anywhere. This is the end. Whom they see as if there's nobody loving them out there. So I come on YouTube. I want to open my channel to be for those people who need those who need them. I know that sometimes you got this thing inside you, whereby you don't have anyone to tell, whereby you don't know whom you can go and tell. I say, come to me, guys. Let's talk. Let's talk about it. Let's help each other. You are being abused. We have no one to tell. Your life is in mess. You don't know what to do anymore. You don't know where to go anymore. That's where I'm coming in. That's where I'm coming in. Thank you, guys. Next time. Goodbye. How will I end this?